Rating every Disney animated film. Fantasia 2000.
Now, there are three kinds of music on this Fantasia program.
So would you believe that Walt Disney's original vision for Fantasia was for it to be updated every few years with new segments set to different pieces of music? But of course the first one's financial failure put the kibosh on that, and it took until the year 2000 for a true sequel to be produced. And as you'd expect with a 60-year time gap between the two, the tone varies massively, with 2000 feeling more like make mine music or melody time. But we start as the first one did, with an abstract segment. This one's set to Beethoven's Symphony No. 5, and I do prefer it to the one that opened the original. Then there's Pines of Rome, which follows a group of very early 2000s CGI whales learning to fly, and despite the former, it's kind of a vibe, though it does go on a bit. Then we get one I really liked, Rhapsody in Blue, set in 1930s New York, and actually strong enough that I think it could have been released as a standalone short. And the art style is based on Al Hirschfeld, whose work inspired the genie from Aladdin. And then it's an adaptation of The Steadfast Tin Soldier, which gets a happy ending so as not to go against the tone of the music they chose for it. But even then, this segment goes very hard, and all three characters have some very appealing designs, with plenty of personality conveyed without a word of dialogue. Excelente. Then there's Carnival of the Animals, and since it features flamingos, which are in my top 6, you can imagine how I feel about it. The Sorcerer's Apprentice is reused for obvious reasons, and then there's a Noah's Ark segment set to Pomp and Circumstance, with Donald being the main character, and actually a fairly moving story where he and Daisy each think the other has been separated in the flood, only to be happily reunited. I like. And then we finish with The Firebird, which is not an adaptation of the ballet, for shame, but it is a stunning sequence involving a lava monster destroying the forest and then a sprite reviving it. So about on par with its predecessor in terms of something that wouldn't be my thing, but I can't fault some of the beautiful animation. Worthy follow-up. 7 out of 10.